Ani, bonsoir, good evening, and welcome to our regular council meeting. I'd like to begin the meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe people in the Robinson-Huron Treaty area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territory of all Inuit, Métis, and First Nations people that call this land home. And with that, I need a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda. Dave and Dee. All those in favor? Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? Seeing none, there are no delegations tonight, so we'll move on to the reports. We have 6.1, the quarterly report from the clerk's department. Unfortunately, Mel can't be with us today, but the report I think is pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, you can email them to Mel or ask Mark. We'll move on to 6.2, finances. We have the quarterly report from the finance department, and Mark is here today.
Thank you. For the first 3 months, the budget was approved on March 19th. We prepared the year-end file for the audit. So the auditors are finalizing their audit as we speak. So they'll be presenting the financial statements in May, in next council meeting. And we issued the interim tax bills in February with no problems. And also following the adoption of the budget, there was additional funding from the United Way in the amount of $20,000 for the food bank. For the operating budget, first 3 months, we're on track with last year's numbers and also for the budget. So any questions?
Any questions for Mark? Seeing none. Thank you, Mark. There is no report for Public Works and Environmental Services. 6.4, Recreation and Community Services. Jason?
Yes, thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. A little bit different. I've upgraded the quarter report to add some more information. And to do with a lot of the rates that are different rates from different users. So if you have any questions on that, but some of the key highlights were Rapids Junior A hockey, minor hockey, and the curling season's coming to an end, family hockey tournament, closure of winter operations, Uniview recreational programs, and kids dance. Do you have any questions?
Any questions for Jason? Seeing none, we'll move on. There is no report for Emergency Protection Services, nor Building and Planning and Development. And we go under correspondence. There's a resolution to approve the Sudbury East Planning Board municipal apportionment. I need a mover and a seconder. Willie and Roger. Any questions with regards to the apportionment? Bob, would you like to speak to it?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Just as info, our budget, our year end was attached. If there's any questions, myself or Dave will be happy to answer them.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. We move on now to, we need a resolution to approve the letter of support for additional community paramedics. So I need a mover and a seconder, Dave and Bob. So with your package, there is a letter that I got prepared last Friday. They have an opportunity to apply for additional funding. And community paramedics is something of that we need here because we do have a lot of seniors and we do have a lot of cases that need special attention that doesn't require a regular emergency paramedic. So with that, do you have any questions with regards to the program? Seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. I need a resolution to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. Dean and Willie? All those in favor? Thank you. There is no notice of motion. We'll go to announcements and inquiries, and I'll start with you, Roger. Okay. Bob?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. If Councillor Pettigny is watching, I hope her the best that she feels better. And I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Councillor Renee. The last 3 days, we were at the FNUM conference. She sits on the board representing the Sudbury District. This is an added workload for over and above her municipal chores. So Renee, thank you very much. And I'd like you to convey to your board that what a great job they did in North Bay. At FNUM, we had great presentations touching finance and reserves, transportation, forestry, tourism, health, doctor recruitment, insurance, MPAC. And MPAC informed us that French River was #1 on the list for waterfront properties with an increase in value of 49% on waterfront properties. We're leading the north in that. So our waterfront properties are worth a lot. We had a good bear pit. We had 6 ministers. Some information that we found out, although I was warned by Renee and our mayor not to ask a question about moose tags. I got it in edgewise. Highway 69, they promised that there would be a good announcement coming in 2 weeks. Yeah. So, and the year before, probably. They told us as a group that May 15th, their budget, provincial budget is coming down. And they had many surprise announcements that they would give us then. The surprise might be, guess what? There's no more money in the coffers for you. That would be a surprise. All in all, I really enjoyed FNUM. I was looking at the presentations and they, you know, you look at them and sometimes they say, this is blah, this won't be interesting. But I would say a very, very high percentage, they were interesting and we had good speakers. I must speak of last Saturday, Earth Day. I'd like to thank everybody that attended and visited our displays. I'd like to thank all the vendors and exhibitors that came out and showed us their wares and new ways of doing stuff. Also, I'd like to thank Kevin, Carly, staff for all your help. And no, don't put that garbage can there. Put it over here. I'd like to thank all the members of our environmental committee. I'd like to thank our mayor for spending the day there and greeting people. And I'd like to thank especially the 2 members with myself of our subcommittee for Earth Day, Joan Mercer and Caitlin Nobbs. and to me was a great success. Our seniors complex, I talked to Wade this afternoon. He tells me Block A is all done. They're done. They're all finished with those 10. The painting is done in Block B. And they've started putting in the flooring on the second 10. Next week, the sanding's all done in C. And next week, they'll be starting to paint. They've poured the sidewalks. The sidewalks are all done for the first block, the outside sidewalks. And they're starting to get it ready for the second one. As far as applications go, the mayor and myself had a chance to drop into the DESCON office this week in North Bay. Holly has opened it up outside of French River. She's already got a hit for people from out. They'll be visiting the apartments on Friday. Also, we have our board meeting on Wednesday, and Ollie is meeting 2 other interested people that want to visit, and they will probably sign their lease on, she told me on Wednesday. Planning board, we talked about it. Next Thursday in Sturgeon Falls. Economic partners we're having our AGM. I believe you all received invitations. If you haven't answered and you want to come, please answer. And Madam Mayor, it was a pleasure spending 3 days with you and learning from all the knowledge you have stored in there. Thank you.
Location change for.
I hope I didn't whine too much.
Turned out wine quite
Willie?
I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Dean?
I'd just like to comment too on Earth Day. I thought it was excellent considering wasn't a very pleasant day outside, but a lot of people turned up to attend, and everybody seemed to enjoy it and found it interesting and spent time around there. I think it was a big success, and I was glad to have a little part in it that day on Saturday. Spent my hours there and greeted people and talked to people, and yeah, all it was well done, Bob. I think it was successful. I'm kind of, tell you the truth, a little surprised at how many people turn out for that. I really am, you know. But it was great to see. Thank you.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
If counselors can take your calendars out, the seniors luncheon where we honor the seniors, the date now is June 13th, Friday, June 13th. If you can, yeah, I know, Friday the 13th. I know. If you can be there by 11:30, 11:45, lunch won't be served till about noonish, or as soon as I finish doing the presentation of the honorees that we're going to be honoring this year. What's that? At the Albin Community Center. And the reason it's there again, it's because the event has grown so much that they don't all fit in the basement of the church anymore. So that's a really nice problem to have. Yeah, in Albin. We're expecting or preparing for about 170 people in attendance. Yeah, last year we were about 140, so we'll be ready for more. Yes, yes. Well, maybe Dean, since you are an honorary senior to the seniors of all, maybe this year we'll let you off the dish duties. Yeah. And the only other thing that I have is, and Mark Flitty mentioned that DSAB, aside from giving us our regular allowance for food every month at the food bank, we did get an additional $20,000 so that we can purchase gift certificates to go with the food. So that's a huge help for us. Yeah, so we're quite happy. And with that, that's all that I have, and except to say thank you, Bob, for getting me in and out of your truck. Next time we'll take my car. And also congratulations on you and your team for a great Earth Day. All righty, so we don't have a closed session, so I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw. Dave and Roger, all those in favor? Thank you, and I need a resolution to adjourn. Whoa, okay, we'll do Willie and Bob. Have a good evening, everybody, and thank you to the staff.